Thanks for staying tuned to your station, the AfricaTelevision Television, and welcome to your program, Security Watch Africa. As always, on this program, we'll bring you that information you need to keep your life safe and secure. We'll report to you wherever the news is. We'll bring it to you. First, we want to give a shout out, happy birthday shout out to the patriarch of that family, the Chairman Emeritus of DAR Communications Limited, talking about High Chief Raymond Alejo Dokpesi. Happy 66th birthday, sir. 66 years on earth has been so meaningful and impactful to so many people all over the world. So want to wish you happy birthday from us here on Security Watch. Today we'll be looking at the continuation of the issue on security nationwide in Nigeria as we count down to the annual Security Watch Africa Award Conference and Exhibition. This year, it will be holding in Kigali, the beautiful city, the beautiful capital city of Rwanda. Yes, Rwanda. A lot to be learned from Rwanda, talking about how to come out from a depressed period, how to come out from a period of uncertainty to a period of hope and development. That is what Rwanda symbolizes. After so many years of genocide, the United Nations has ranked Kigali to be the cleanest city in Africa and to say that it is the fastest developing city in Africa. We, like I said, we are assessing security in Nigeria, and a lot of people, after the program of last Saturday, where we talked about the situation, the development in Lagos State, and asking that the Commissioner of Police should do the right thing he's doing, make sure that the state is peaceful. Security Watch Africa decided to go to Lagos State unannounced to assess how is that state, how it is. We spoke with a lot of people, which we will bring into you in the future editions of this program, about how they feel. But we decided to start from one aspect because Lagos is said to be a bustling city, a lively city, particularly at night. So we decided to assess Lagos at night to find out how people are moving, if the police are there to protect the people, because the current Inspector of Police is talking about visibility policing. So the people want to see the police, and that will give them confidence. And I'm able to tell you that what we saw in Lagos is second to none, really, because the new Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, maybe I shouldn't say it, I will ask Barrister Baz, who was also in that team, to give us what he found out from Lagos State during our assessment. But just stay tuned as we just bring you a little sound and sight from Lagos, our visit to Lagos at night.
Because of this yes. And at the same time, your light look like this. So even if you put your head, you know somebody who's coming, you will just be ordinary. Your light is the same thing with your light. And a lot of people drink.
That's why most times these guys that are coming here, majority of them are coming here.
We want to know the environment, the cool down, where activities are taking place.
Where the activities take place. So if you go like this to the end of the road, you have the kingdom come. By the end of this road again, we have another kingdom come.
You have like a bar, where people are sitting.
Yeah. A lot of
Yes.
When it farms,
How
Yeah, to the glory of God, farm city here, we don't have issues. We don't have security issues. Because everywhere is well secured, and we make sure we take our security very, very well.
One, the idea of the concept of the commissioner of police in order to bring robust police and oral security the police to the Lagosians. You know, Lagos is the centerpiece of communication in Africa and one of the commercial hubs. So in Lagos we have 24 hours a day. When the commissioner of police came in, the idea of revolving light siren now comes in. Each and every vehicle at all the intersections, we have some permanent fingerprints where they make it in front of police station. 24 hours they are here, full handed. Anybody that is in distress has to see one this place. So it serves as a mini police station at the same time providing security. Because the men also need up and search profession. So that is the new concept that is introduced by acting CP Edgar so that is being focused on moral security.
One of the guys behind this patrol vehicle serve as a mini police station. Rather than running down to station because of distance, just report to them. Immediately they will communicate with whoever.
So all of them are armed with located. From there they will now communicate all the communicate.
Our driver is there.
So the driver only that.
No, with somebody. We are
Our
fine.
own division.
Until it's on phone.
Let them know.
So, I saw 2 people number in his vehicle.
Collect this thing and go. So you abandon your vehicle there to come here and do stuff and stuff.
No, somebody just.
It's your DP that say you should leave it there.
No, somebody was there. This was the instruction from
Try
Dito.
to do what?
The instruction from Dito, he said, somebody will be there. We come here.
Are you sure?
That is instruction from Dito.
Thanks for staying tuned to your program, Security Watch Africa. Yes, that's a bit of it. More will come subsequently during the program. But let's look at, let me bring in Barrister Abbas as we want to look at what we saw in Lagos. First of all, the movement at the Lagos street was between 1 a.m. till about past 3.
Yeah.
We just wanted to find out the policemen are on their beat. What did you notice?
Thank you, Patrick. What I noticed is that there was much presence of the police everywhere we went, strategically located. They were very visible and up and doing. And there was free movement of vehicles, cars, people generally. Lagos, the nightlife was something else. Everywhere we visited, we saw people were moving freely without hindrance from the police, but being at alert and managing their beat very well.
Yeah, I know you have been somebody who is disturbed about the security situation in Lagos State in the recent past. What would you say now, based on what we also saw?
You know, Patrick, I'm a very conservative, I'm a very critical assessor. What I would say, with all sense of humility, the CP doesn't know me, the CP of Lagos doesn't know me, but let me say it categorically. As a critical follower of security issues in Nigeria, particularly in Lagos, I want to say the present CP is the best I have seen in Lagos so far. Is the best commissioner of police I have seen in Lagos so far. And I have my reasons.
Okay.
Number one, I've always been an advocate that, look, you can't develop running a half-day economy. You can never develop as a nation where, because of fear of security, you shut down the entire economy between the hours of 8, 9, 10, 11. Advanced countries run a 24-hour economy. And as a stakeholder in the Nigerian state, I've always believed that until we can make it safe for people to do their business 24/7, we will never catch up with development. And I'm glad that in Lagos, the nightlife, a 24-hour economy, which is part of the vision of the governor of Lagos State, complemented by this present CP, is becoming a reality. That 24 hours, you can live anywhere. You can leave Ekpe and say you are heading to Badagry, and you can be sure you will see police at interval and strategic junction, which instill confidence and sense of safety in you, being able to move around. For that, I give kudos to the CP. And secondly, when we were going out, you know, normally, if they have anything to cover up, when we're about to go, they would have radioed all the patrol vans to say, please, be at alert. There are men coming for assessment. But we discovered that it was the way it is. In their yes, spontaneity. There was no prearranged assessment at all, because in 3 places we found them wanting, and the officer that was with us reprimanded them. You know the issue of the Uber guy, yeah, that some police officers were trying to harass in Anthony. He looked at them and said, what are you harassing the man for? Please, let him go. We also went to another place in Owuru, where some of the officers, about 4, normally each of the stations, the patrol vans have 4 officers. We met 2 on ground, and 2 were not around. And he requested for their whereabouts, and he took note. And we also went to the Antonio K, where the driver was with the patrol van very far away from where some of the men were doing stop and search. And he had to interrogate them to find out why would they leave a driver alone in the car, and stood there and insisted that the DPO of Anthony must come to give account and explanation why he gave that instruction. So to me, it simply shows a CP who is holding his men accountable, responsible, and insisting they should be very professional. And I'm also aware that he's a very creative and innovative person. I am aware that he has a platform on WhatsApp group where all the divisional police officers, area commanders, and head of special units are present on that platform, including human rights groups and civil society organizations.
That's novel.
Very innovative. Very, very innovative. If the entire police formation, command, all over Nigeria can borrow that leave, where the CP is a member of a WhatsApp group with his DPOs, area commanders, heads of special units, and once you have any problem from any divisional station or area command, it's reported on that platform, the CP ensures that the administrator of that WhatsApp group call the DPO and ask him to report on the WhatsApp group with information concerning that case. To the extent that I'm aware, SARS, I'm saying this with all sense of reason because we need to help the police to be accountable and respected by the society. Yeah. And except you are friendly with the people, if you maltreat them, you have an enemy. A lawyer actually told us a member of the SARS collected money as far back as March from a suspect. This CP, when it was brought to that platform, ensured that there was a refund. So that's to tell you a police officer that is honest, professionally minded, and has the capacity to engender partnership with the society. Because what I'm seeing in Lagos State is that these civil society groups and the human rights, I tell you honestly, they are giving a standing ovation to DCP. This is the first time the civil society and the human rights group are actually praising a commissioner of police for his accessibility, for his willingness to borrow ideas, for his willingness to be innovative, for his willingness to sanction officers when they go wrong, and also to praise them when they do very well. I pray for such officers to God take them to greater heights.
In addition to what you talk about accessibility, one of the places we visited where they run a nightclub or a lounge, they told us that the CP has also called them for a meeting.
Yeah.
He said all nightclub and lounge owners in Lagos must meet because they want to strategize in terms to support the 24-hour business. Then how do you see that idea?
Very, very, like I said, very innovative. He's a continuous, I've discovered from his antecedent that he's on a continuous mission of constantly engaging the community. It's not just the hoteliers only. He meets with various groups, town hall meetings, telling them his policing ideology and soliciting their partnership. Like I said, you know I'm a very critical, you know me from, I'm not somebody that easily just pander to this. That man is working. And I believe if other CPs will borrow leave from what he's doing in Lagos, in no distant time, the police and the society will meet in the middle. We are having a CP who knows what it means to mainstream policing. That is, effective community policing, giving ownership of policing back to the community and being able to hold his men accountable. To say, look, if you want them to be your friend, you have to treat them with courtesy. And that WhatsApp group, like I said, is working magic. Because even when you maltreat anybody, it is reported there, officers are sanctioned, they are asked to give account, and most times, the lawyers or those that actually brought the complaint to the platform, within 2-3 hours, 4 hours, we simply report back to the WhatsApp group that that matter I reported has been resolved, my client has been released, no payment of bail has been given, and I'm quite happy.
You know, what we notice in Lagos is quite encouraging, I must say, and like Barrister Abba did say, it's something that we advocate that every police command in Nigeria must emulate, just like Lagos is doing, Enugu State is also doing very well as much as that. We are making an arrangement also to find out, starting from a state, Akwa Ibom State, to find out if Akwa Ibom is getting, because Akwa Ibom is an oil producing state who we expect to be 24 hours business, to find out if the nightlife is also back there, like Barrister Abad had just said. But Barrister, let me bring this. We can't run away from it, really. You're a lawyer and you look at it. How can we now balance what we saw in Lagos, where a man is working very well? And some few weeks ago, this man was asked to they ask him to be that he's demoted, he's not supposed to be a CP. Such a person who is like not appreciating hard work in Nigeria.
You see, the greatest problem we've always have in this country is that when you insist on doing what is right, don't ever think you are going to have a tea party. And these are the kind of people we need, because I've always advocated that, look, what you need is strong men to run institutions and force those institutions to do what they are set up to do. When you infuse the ideology of that organization into it, after some time, when you leave, another person takes over and continue. Sooner than later, that society will have, you know, the value system required for it to function.
Yeah.
So for him, I mean, as a student of Nigerian history, I mean, the likes of Nuhu Ribadu and all the rest of them, anytime you try to do what is right, don't ever think you are going to.
Maybe some forces do not want peace to reign in Lagos, and
yes,
like, the insecurity.
Yes, so but it should not be.
Lagos
It should not be deterred. It should not be deterred because results is something you cannot challenge or question.
Oh, I wish we can continue. Like I did say, we'll be continuing with discussing and assessing security situation nationwide in Nigeria. Next week, we'll bring you more clips from maybe another state and part of what the people said in Lagos State. We'll bring it to you so you hear the people talk about what they're feeling now as compared to what it used to be. Yeah, we're getting messages from you, but unfortunately, we're getting signal to leave. You know, this time is never our friend. Before you know it, the time is off. We wish to extend this program to more than 25 minutes so we can talk more. But on a final note, what do you have to say?
On the final note, Lagos is working. The governor is working. The CP is also working. And for those of you that have any problem relating to police misbehavior, please feel free to call our number, Security Watch. You'll be rest assured that the CP will resolve the matter swiftly. Our social media platform is there for you to send complaints, send whatever you think needs attention urgently. We'll pass it across. Like you said, the accessibility of the new police command in Lagos State is ready to work, and work they must do. We must encourage that all hands must be on there, because security must be thorough in Nigeria. Kudos to Lagos State Police Command for what they're doing, and we charge them to do more. But anywhere we have complaint, we also bring it to the public. But as for Lagos, like Barisaba did say, kudos to what you're doing and don't relent. Until we come your way again next week, I must say thank you for joining us. Let's do it again next week, and bye for now.